Okay, so here's the story to listen to before you go to sleep. Gorbachev was the youngest Soviet leader. He had a lot of ideas, they were new ideas, and he thought it would make the Soviet Union better. However, this did not work out the way he wanted to. So his three principles were number one, glasnost, which means open. He did not want the government to be so secretive. He thought if the government was more open and not secretive, that the citizens, it would be a good thing for the citizens and they could discuss their problems with the government. And so what he did in being open, he decreased censorship. So media could do what they wanted to, newspapers and the press could report on things, but that did not work for him because when they did report on things, he got bad press. He thought it was going to make it better, but then they criticized the government. Whereas when that wasn't allowed, nobody ever said anything bad about it. The second principle, I don't know how to say it, perestroika, which means restructuring. So he's like, okay, I got a great idea. I'm also going to restructure the economic and political system. So I'm going to help, with businesses and let everybody make more money and the voting. So he wanted the perestroika allowed more independence to businesses, but that also failed and did not work well for him. He lost control of certain things. They didn't have control over what was going on with the businesses, and they probably started trading with other countries without their knowledge. And the third thing was democratization, which is heading towards a democracy, getting away, democratization. He wanted to let the people have a little bit of a say, even though it was a communist party. So the democratization, he wanted to let people vote and have a say and come to them with their problems. The reason that did not work out well, and the people that opposed it were local leaders. And the local leaders didn't like it because, oh, well, hey, I'm the leader of Mesquite, but because they just appointed me. But if people vote and have a say, maybe they don't like me and I won't be the leader anymore. So, and also the elders didn't like it. People that have been there a long time, they were just used to the way it was and they didn't like these changes. But mostly it's because they didn't like people having a say. That made people scared because, they might lose their power and have no control over, over if they win their spot of ruling over a certain thing. And then, so in the end, the U.S., the Soviet Union just could not keep up with economic demands. All these countries they tried to control, they had to send, armies over there and weapons to defend them, and it was very costly, and they couldn't keep up with the cost. Once Gorbachev did all these reforms and let people have a little bit of freedom, they just really got a taste of it and wanted to have more freedom, and it just caused a lot of problems within the Soviet Union. And so it ended up, once the Berlin Wall came down, that was just another strike three for Soviet Union. And they were just losing control. They didn't have a say. They couldn't control people anymore. And so it dissolved, and many other countries became independent countries. The Soviet Union was a huge piece of land, but once that dissolved, little parts said, no, we're going to be our own country. We're going to be called as Azerbaijan or whatever, or Estonia, some of these other ones that wanted to gain their independence, Latvia or whatever. I can't pronounce any of these. But anyway, Labag-ik, those countries, they wanted to be independent. And Gorbachev resigned on December 25th, 1991 as the Soviet president. And that is just another fact that you can put in to help make your paper a little bit longer, is about when he resigned. And it's easy to remember because he resigned on Christmas.